Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here and talking today about emotive architecture and how it may actually influence the way we work and the way we live. I was very creative, ambitious, and passionate kid that was curious about the environment around me, especially the nature. I remember one of the favorite things to do was spending long hours with my friends building shelters inside the bushes and then talking stories, hiding from our parents, or just having fun. So staying close to nature has always cooled me down and made me feel tranquil. I'm Miroslav Naskov, an architectural designer, founder of Mind Design, and co-founder of Dome World. My passion lies in sustainable pure design that boosts experiences and evoke emotions by recognizing the constructive feedback and collaboration approach for achieving it. We craft spaces that boost exploration and discovery. Why, when you start putting these things together, you start developing a vocabulary, an identity on how to do things. Design here is used as a tool to explore, invent, and respond to the challenges of today with the idea to brave new futuristic vision for the architecture of tomorrow. During my educational studies, I've been lucky enough to be in a very inspirational place. I always cherish the first moment that I entered Design Research Laboratory at the Architectural Association. I was stunned for a moment. I looked around and there was no drawings at all, only the most fascinating and amazing objects that I could ever imagine. So at that very moment, I realized myself that I really want to participate and be part of the studio. So I spent probably an hour there just walking around and looking model after model. There were so different materials, different techniques, different colors. Design Research Laboratory is a place that is always evolving. Every year, new ideas are born, new models are created. I'm very proud to see our work staying in the studio today. I'm continuously inspired by the work of the students at the Architectural Association. I stay close to the academia because it boosts my creativity and productivity. I'm inspired by the eagerness of the students to produce and learn. Architectural Association is a place where new ideas are born, shared, challenged, and proven. There, I have been introduced to various computational design techniques, fabrication methodologies, and sustainable design practices that I use today within my team. One of the things that I've been taught there was the idea of activating the adjacent zones next to the buildings. By activating these in-between spaces, we stimulate neighboring communities to come together, spend time together, and build stronger connection between them. Also, it is proven that by introducing trees and plants in urban areas, there is a significant positive impact on the environment. For instance, by reducing heat levels during the summer days. And also it has psychological positive impact on the human beings by encouraging them to go work outside and cross-inspire each other. So for the rest of the presentation, I'm going to talk about design that evoke emotions and how we take on this. We challenge ourselves on a daily basis. We brainstorming ideas, seeking feedback from one another, and collaborate with our peers. We try to stay competitive while in the same time we stay close to our beliefs and our DNA. We use curvature as a essential quality for searching of legibility and new ideas for design. As architectural designers, we have come to realize ourselves that great architecture is not only about creating buildings, but is about crafting experiences that boost the imagination of those who encounter it. Our designs are often associated with different natural formation or objects that have certain sense of familiarity and transcend the physical realm. As architectural designers, we have the privilege, but also the responsibility to envision the future and bring it to life in ways that captivate the soul and steer the mind. It is important, in my opinion, that we have to move away from the paradigm that architecture could only be built from steel and concrete, but instead looking around for alternative options like locally sourced materials or sustainably sourced timber. By prioritizing sustainable design and practices, we can create not only aesthetically beautiful spaces, but also environmentally responsible. I do believe that every human being, every designer must step up and take more conscious choices that are benefiting nature and society. Now I'm going to showcase a research project called Oblivion Houses that demonstrates the idea of transparency and blurring the boundaries between inside and outside, and how this has a positive impact on the human beings and their well-being. I do believe that the way we live and the way we work is influenced by the way how we look at things, meaning that when you're surrounded with a visually pleasant element and natural environment, you feel more happy at that very moment to be at that very place, so feel more enthusiastic to work or play. We use curvature as essential quality, natural materials like stone and wood texture, and we create open spaces that are not good only for living, but also for gatherings with friends and family. So the house gets something even more. The idea was not only to create a house, but a feeling of being home, a feeling of being inside in the interior environment to feel like you're outside on a nice summer day. Emotion is a key function of architecture, in my opinion. In essence, what we are trying to do is to marry aesthetic qualities with sustainable practices. I don't believe that one should exclude the other. Completely the opposite. When these are intertwined, the result is even more sophisticated and better. Once we do a sketch, we challenge it, we brainstorm it, then we put it in game environment when we can assess in real time what we did, how the materials work, how the space is perceived, how the curvature is used as essential quality, and then we can come back and refine the design as much as possible until we get the best possible outcome. For example, in the Dream House Interior project, we work with locally based fabricators companies, which from one part was very fun, and from another, it significantly reduced the carbon footprint for transporting the materials for our bespoke furniture, lighting, and design elements. In our control, pure design approach, the elements of surprise manifest like in unexpected, yet harmonious design elements that captivate the imagination and boost the creativity of people who encounter it. Now I'm going to showcase a project, our huge mission, which is Dome World. We're trying to build an ecosystem that blends physical and digital spaces, offering a hub for creative individuals to play, share, learn, and earn. Our idea is to bring together all creative industries to come and work under one roof and cross-inspire each other. We welcome all visionaries that are eager to shape the future to come and spend together time and inspire through artistic, scientific, or business innovation. We imagine a diverse network of dome communities, both digital and physical, where every innovator is welcome to come together, share time, and shape the future of work and creativity. Nevertheless, we design physical or digital spaces. We craft naturally inspired spaces with the idea to transfer this knowledge to the real life. We work on building an entertaining but educational narrative about living sustainable life, helping our nature and society. We encourage participants to take real-life conscious choices about that are beneficial for our planet. Players would embark on a captivating journey where they will encounter beautiful design pieces, fascinating facts about the world, and elements of surprise that would ignite their curiosity and deepen their understanding. Trends like play to learn and learn mechanics, cross-platform interoperability, and real-life architectural implementation are ideas that I do believe they're gonna help us reach our goal. The journey of creating Dome World is not only about creating spaces, but it's about crafting experiences. We work with the interdisciplinary team. We have architectural designers, game developers, Unreal Engine generalists, fashion designers, entertainment and media producers. As you can see, it's a very diverse team, and everyone is welcome to give ideas, to challenge ourselves in order to create the best possible outcome. The collaboration and the feedback from participants is crucial for us. We conducted a survey where we invited people to come inside our virtual environment, and then we collected the feedback. The feedback overall was very positive. The people loved the emotive atmosphere of the space, the aesthetic qualities, the textures, the lighting. As a critical feedback, we received that players would like to see more elements that they could engage with within the game. It's never easy to get a critical feedback. I remember once we had designed a very beautiful place, a lot of lounges, lighting, sofas, and so on. However, one of the teams said, look, it's very beautiful. However, if I have to spend long hours there working, I might need something more to be engaged during my day. So this actually gives us another perspective, another layer on how we can create not only aesthetically pleasant spaces, but also engaging. After that survey, we conducted conversations with entertainment and media producers with the idea of how virtual arenas, walkways, and virtual spaces can boost the creativity of the filmmaking, how virtually crafted experiences can amplify creativity, productivity, and can foster the process of iteration, storytelling in the filmmaking industry. Then we dive deep into the future of education, where we make a research and found the surveys that shows that in the survey, people who take VR headsets were more confident and got better results than these people who take the conventional way of learning. Then we conducted team workshops, brainstorming ideas about the future of education as an immersive adventure where students will embark on captivating journey, finding fascinating facts about the world that would ignite their curiosity and deepen their understanding. We believe in participatory approach where every student in certain way may shape their own learning path and curve.
Welcome to the future of learning, where education becomes an immersive adventure, empowering learners to fully participate and unlock their full potential and thrive in a rapidly changing society. Breathtaking architecture opens a captivating journey where participants encounter beautiful pure design pieces, fascinating facts about the world, and elements of surprise that ignite their curiosity and deepen their understanding. By seamlessly transitioning between the physical and virtual worlds, students can explore new frontiers, travel to distant lands, and engage in immersive experiences that expand their horizons. Controlled Pure Design is a tool for creating open spaces, inner courtyards, and outdoor areas that are meticulously designed to facilitate the optimal learning experience. Each space is thoughtfully curated to inspire curiosity, ignite the imagination, and foster a sense of wonder. This is the future of learning by Mind Design.
We explore how we can use AI to develop non-playable characters that behave as naturally as possible so students and participants can have deeper conversation and they can learn facts about scientific, artistic, or business innovation areas. We have done a collaboration with the Future Deconstruction, and the goal was for creating a bespoke suite for the home world. The idea was to be inspired from natural formation and architectural shape. The conversation was very constructive. We share ideas, brainstorm ideas, give feedback from one another, and in the end, I think we delivered a very sophisticated result. Then we design fashion towers, of course, where this latest fashion innovation may be exhibited. Beautifully designed islands that boost freedom, creativity, and exploration. We work hard to developing a virtual reality where every person from everywhere in the world can jump in and take our experiences. So I'm leaving you with a short screen recording of our virtual environment that I do believe would showcase how a collaborative approach in emotive architecture may produce a place where people feel more inspired to work, share ideas together, and spend more time together. Thank you very much. It's like an exposition space where you can see all of the places into the virtual world. At the moment, this one is accessible from everywhere, and we're working to build on it. Thank you. I'm curious if you have some questions.
Thank you very much. Questions? I'll give it a go. Yes, David.
Thank you so much. It's very inspiring to see architectural thoughts and ideas at an ASC conference. So I'd like to make a connection from this to the first presentation, in that if I look at architects working with structural engineers, so I'm looking at all those shapes, all those materials, I'm thinking how those hold together and all the calculations of those materials to make those work. And so there's teams where I make the analogy between researchers and data analysts working with of the architect working with the structural engineer coming together. And I'm coming back to materials and the materiality and the sustainability of materials. And so as much as I admire the idea of virtually working through these worlds, I'm coming to your students and those that are being inspired as architects, getting their hands dirty. In market research terms, it's working with data and understanding data, working with the material of bricks, of concrete, and the new materials that are coming. How are those other, if you like, those fundamentals, the very traditional ways of building connected to the ideals you have here? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. So the question is how the conventional and the traditional way of building buildings through knowable materials work with our kind of architectural design. So I was lucky enough, as I said, to be part of the Architectural Association, where we have really hands-on approach. So whatever we design into the digital, we have to build it into the real life. So we built like a very big models. We use like a 3D printing techniques. We look like KUKA robots to print and build this. So I think, and also I had worked before with Zaha architects and populace, and with very talented engineers, structural engineers. So it's always about collaboration and always about like a communication between the different industries and how we can make it happen. So regarding the materiality, we look for more sustainable options like locally sourced timber or biocomposite ceramics that they look very thin, but in the same time they are very strong. So I think that we have to move away from the paradigm that architecture can only be built from steel and concrete, but look for instead these new materials that are in the research laboratories now.
Thank you. AJ?
Hi, AJ from ASC and MediaPro. Really enjoyed that. all your examples are of grand designs, big projects. Could this be translated into more of the domestic situation where people are building their own homes or modifying their own homes, and that if they can feel more emotionally attached to what they end up with, they could be very much happier in their house forever? Could it work, or is it too expensive to use on a domestic project?
So the question is, in my understanding, how we can relate and how we create our design more accessible to the people in the domestic projects?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so basically, first of all, the idea of Dome World is actually of creating like this digital home. So it's like an extension of the physical realm. So from your home, from your house, whatever it is, you can put your headset and you can extend into the virtual reality. Also, to be more accessible, I think that nowadays, like researches and technologies is very improved, that the threshold between accessible and this kind of architecture is getting smaller. So by the improvement of the technologies, this kind of architectural design can start to be more accessible through modularity, like if we build like a modular architectural spaces, if we prefabricate in the fabric the elements first, so they're customized, but in the same time uniform. So with the same kind of degree of the curvature that is repeatable. And for instance, this one, it has like it looks very complex, but actually it has like two radiuses only everywhere. So if we fabricate this into the fabrics before getting into the site, this significantly could reduce the price. And I believe maybe now there is like a gap, but in the future I do believe and hope that this gap is going to get smaller and smaller. Does that answer your question?
Thank you. David?
I really like the presentation, and designs are very beautiful, so I think well done. I think the thing I'm interested in, because I think there's a lot of scope for, I guess everyone talks about digital twins, so that helps you design, so you've got your digital version, you can walk and go through it, but I think maybe, I don't know what you think, but there's an opportunity around the extension. So like, for instance, when you talk about the education environment, so you've got the real world environment, and then you've got this virtual environment that almost extends what you've built in the real world. Is that something you thought about or are interested in? So using these technologies to extend your house or your school or your,
Yeah. So the question is, are we interested in this kind of mixed extension reality, whether we envision like real life houses and objects to have the moment that we can extend to the virtual reality, right? This is actually our main goal, to blend physical and digital spaces. So we envision to have also like real life architectural implementations where, let's say, we can go there, spend time together with people, and then from this place, we have like a digital extension of the space. So we have like, let's say, a university, a physical campus, but we also have like a digital virtual campus of that university. So definitely, this is something that we are looking for.
Christiane?
Thank you, very nice presentation. It is quite relate to previous questions about. I would like to ask about the avatar in the space. Would you think about the identity of avatar that will bring identity of community as well? Because in architecture, activities and people in the space will bring the atmosphere and the identity of the space as well.
So the question is, do we look in the avatar identity?
Focus on the identity of the avatar or the avatar in the space, that people who come in enjoy your community and they will have an ideas or bring their identity to the space or whatever the design.
The design of the avatars, how we
Yes.
envision it. Yeah, so we work with Vugi, who is designing our avatars. So the idea is to have like in-house creators that participants can order their own avatar and make it look as they wish, with complete freedom and inspiration and imagination. So the avatar will look like digital representation of your character from the real world. So it's very free, very open. So you can envision it as you wish. Does this answer the question?
Any final, last question? No? Miroslav, thank you very, very much. That was wonderful. So.